everybody? It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having a great day. Look, I am on the way to kind of lay back and relax. Got a big week coming up. Two big events with the Sunrise Project, one on tomorrow morning and one on next Thursday evening. And a bunch of other things that have to get done this week, but I just wanted to stop by and tell you to let it go. And when I say let it go, I mean anything that you're carrying around from your past that hurt you, that left a negative indention in your life, whether it's the abandonment of a parent or the abuse from or by a parent, whether it be someone who hurt you and broke your heart and left you lonely or whatever that may be. This isn't about marginalizing what you've been through. This isn't about pretending that it didn't hurt. This isn't about saying that what you felt is some way illegitimate. No, what it's saying is you carrying it now has no value. You walking around with pain someone gave you years ago has no value, and it is literally robbing you of power, robbing you of the proper type of energy, focus, and thought necessary to create a life beyond your wildest imagination, but you're carrying too much baggage. Let it go. Put it down. Leave it behind. Whatever ceremony you have to do, write a letter to the person and burn it. Whatever you have to do, but you got to let it go. You can't carry the baggage of yesterday and tomorrow's hopes and think that it won't infect it. Those pains and the memories attached to those pains are toxic. And the only way that you get rid of those memories is by replacing them with new, more vivid and loving and positive images. More images that evoke thoughts of positivity, evoke thoughts of hope, evoke the idea of something phenomenal, something extraordinary, something spectacular that can happen in your life. But it can't happen if you're carrying around that negative baggage that constantly recycles the pain that you experienced years ago. It's time to put it down. This isn't about giving somebody a pass. Because see, the people who hurt you have either learned from their mistakes and grown and become someone that doesn't even resemble that person. So you're mad at a person that doesn't even exist anymore. Or they're the same old raggedy, wore down, trifling person they've always been. And what you think about them, how you feel about them doesn't matter. What you're carrying around is a poison that you hope at some point does something to them and it's killing you. You gotta let that unforgiveness go. You gotta let that proclivity to clench onto that pain in hopes of one day hearing that they got theirs, or in one day getting them to come back and apologize, or hoping that in some way there's this clear-cut response to this thing that they did to you that represents God's love for you. God's love is that you survived it. God's love is that you have another opportunity to live. God's love is that despite all of what you've been through, you still have an ability to step out in tomorrow and do something that you have never done before in your life. That's what God's love is. God's love is saying you're not anchored down by what happened yesterday. So again, I'm challenging you, let it go. Let it go. Put it behind you, process it, do whatever you need to do. If you need to get help in order to release it, to put it behind you, get professional help. But whatever you do, you've got to deal with that, because if you don't, it's going to follow you around like a plague. And it's going to destroy everything that you try to build. It's going to destroy everything you try to gather. It's going to destroy all the positive things you want to experience. You have to let it go. That's my challenge. That's my challenge for today is let it go. I can tell you, I've been hurt. I felt abandonment. I felt overwhelmed, and I'm telling you, you gotta let it go. I never knew my dad. My dad never graced my presence. The first time I saw my father was at his funeral. And at that same time, met 7 siblings I had never known at the age of 14. But I had to learn how to move on and let it go. I've had my heart broken, but I had to learn how to move on and let it go, because there's love to experience behind that heartbreak, but you'll never experience if you're holding on to the hurt. It's time to let it go. That's my challenge. And I'm going to leave you on that note. I wish you the best. As always, look into the description box to see the resources that are available. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. I challenge you to do the same thing.